Hey fellow rehabbers, it's me, Michelle K, popping in to chat while Penny is working away for us in her bat cave. It's Friday, September 17th, day 70 of our 77-day initiative. I can't believe how fast it went by. At this point in the initiative, some of us are still really going strong and even just getting with it in a way, and some of us are struggling. And I'm going to be frank with you, I'm definitely in that latter group. I'm struggling a little bit. A few weeks ago, I had this inner calling to do this 10-day master cleanse. And my goal was to take the focus off of food for myself for those 10 days and try to release some more toxic emotions. That has been one of the hugest benefits for me, as I've mentioned before other times in my high raw journey. And so I really have to say that I accomplished what I set out to do by giving my mind and my digestive system a break from food. I was able to unearth a few things within myself that really needed to be addressed. And with that, I also released a bunch of weight. Now, don't get excited because this is where the self-sabotage and the mental clatter sort of stepped up. And this happens to a lot of us at a time that should be really a highlight in our health journey. We sort of get this, coming in of all this, not so much negative self-talk, but just mental clatter that we have to contend with. Days before I was getting on the scale, and days after even, I would tell myself, I am not a number. I am not a number. I didn't want to get attached to the weight loss because, there's a balancing out period when you come off of any type of cleanse and then bring solid food back in. So I was elated, though, to see the numbers on the scale. I haven't seen those numbers in 2 decades, so I was pretty excited. And then coming off of the master cleanse, I ate cleanly and beautifully, 100% raw for the first few days, and then right away I had a challenge that came up. I had to prepare and cook and serve holiday dinner with these traditional foods that not only were heavy and a little bit on the processed side, although, I did my best to limit that kind of dish. There was a lot of emotions tied to those dishes. And so I had to make a choice. So what I did was I decided I would stay 100% raw throughout the day and sit down to that meal without any kind of negative self-talk. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter that I felt I did okay portion-wise on these foods because my body just couldn't deal with the aftermath of eating heavy cooked and a little bit of processed foods. And so immediately I was, plagued with cravings for sugar and processed foods. And you guys who have been doing a raw diet for a while know this, that, if you go for a long time without eating processed food, then you eat some, it's like a trigger, it's like your body it's really telling to know that this is why when you're eating these processed snacks, long ago, of course, not today, and you can't stop because it's not filling in any way. It's just creates this craving for more and more and more. Anyways, okay, so, having to deal with the cooked foods of my youth, with the emotions attached to it, and then my body kind of freaking out afterwards, the pounds came back on. Not all of them, I don't think, because I haven't checked again, but, several of the pounds that came off with the cleanse came right back on, and I was disappointed in myself. And I don't think I really should have been, because truly I handled the whole situation pretty well. But logging into the vault last week, that was hard. But I'm accountable, so I stepped up and did it. And then what else I stepped up and did was commit to take my life back and get myself on my high raw path, quick, with the next meal. Okay, so it took me an extra day because I had to clear away a lot of those cravings and I had to clear away the mental clatter. But do you want to know how I did it? That's what you want to know, right? How did I get the mojo back? How did I pull it back together when there's still leftover dessert in the fridge. Well, here it is. I visualized walking up to a gas station, going over to the tank that listed in between unleaded and regular, the tank that said motivation, picked up that nozzle and gave myself a fill up. Does that sound too simple? Try it. That's what I did. I woke up one morning, went through this visualization, it just came to me, then I got up, went into the kitchen, made myself a green juice, called a girlfriend, said I need to go for a walk later, can you meet me? And then I prepped a few foods to put in the fridge, and that's it. It just, you need to know that we all have struggles, we all have obstacles that come up with or without warning, and we all have challenges in our lives that keep us from walking steady on our path. But you need to be able to focus yourself and decide what you need to do to get it together. And sometimes a simple visualization is all it takes to get you through that day. Well, that day led into the next day, which led into the next day. So I feel great. I feel like I succeeded because I got myself back onto my high raw journey before I spun totally out of control. And so, okay, so here, let me just finish with this, because I don't know how Penny does this every day and just talk to you, but I had to really think about what I wanted to say, and then standing here in front of the camera, it's very, anyways, hopefully I could just cut all that out, but if I can't, here's the deal. We all have challenging weeks, we all have obstacles, we all have mental chatter to deal with, and we all have raw food rehab to come to and get our motivational fill up. So we've got 7 days left in our initiative. Get some motivation, rock it out, whatever it is, get yourself back on your path, and yeah, thanks for letting me come in and chit chat with you, and I'll see you back in my kitchen soon.